The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, yet most of it remains completely unexplored. Hidden miles beneath the waves is a world of total darkness, freezing cold, and crushing pressure where no human could survive without technology. But in that alien landscape, against all odds, life has not only survived. It has adapted in ways that defy logic. Tonight, we are going to descend into that abyss and meet the deep-sea creatures that look so bizarre, so terrifying, that they shouldn't even exist. What you are about to hear is not science fiction. These are real beings, discovered by science, captured by cameras, and studied by marine biologists. And every time one is revealed, it feels like opening a door to another planet. Imagine drifting in the pitch black, nothing but silence all around you, when suddenly a glow appears in the distance. It flickers, almost like a lantern in the dark. You approach it, thinking it could be safety or food. But as you get closer, massive jaws lined with razor-sharp teeth snap shut. You've just fallen victim to the anglerfish, one of the most iconic monsters of the deep. Its lure shines with natural bioluminescence, tricking prey into swimming closer. Its body is grotesque, with teeth so long they cannot fit inside its own mouth. And its mating habits are even stranger. The tiny male permanently fuses into the female's body, slowly dissolving into her until he becomes nothing more than a living organ. The anglerfish is both horrifying and fascinating, an example of evolution's most twisted creativity. But the anglerfish is only the beginning. Far stranger is the Gulper Eel, a creature with a jaw so enormous that it can swallow animals almost as large as itself. Its body is thin and ghostly, stretching like a ribbon into the blackness, while its head can balloon into a grotesque living net. With bioluminescent organs lighting up its tail, the Gulper Eel floats silently until something unlucky comes too close, and then it swallows prey whole in one gulp. Watching one of these eels in action feels like witnessing a monster from a nightmare, one that nature somehow decided to make real. Then, there's the Goblin Shark, often called the living fossil. It has barely changed for millions of years, and when you see it, you understand why sailors' tales of sea monsters existed. With pale pink, almost translucent skin, a long pointed snout, and eyes that glimmer in the dark, it already looks alien. But the true horror comes from its mouth. Its jaws are not fixed like normal sharks. Instead, they can launch outward like a spring-loaded trap, snatching prey with terrifying speed before sliding back into place. Imagine swimming in the ocean and suddenly seeing a mouth shoot forward out of a face. It feels impossible, yet this predator is very real. And the horrors don't stop with predators. Some of the strangest beings in the abyss are scavengers, crawling slowly across the seafloor. The giant isopod looks like an insect enlarged to monstrous proportions. Shaped like a pill bug, but nearly 2 feet long, it wanders through the dark scavenging for whatever it can find, a dead fish, a whale carcass, even the remains of other deep-sea creatures. Its armored shell, twitching legs, and cold, glassy eyes make it look less like an earthly animal and more like something out of science fiction. But the giant isopod is real, and it thrives in the darkest, most inhospitable parts of the ocean. Perhaps one of the eeriest creatures ever discovered is the vampire squid. With glowing red eyes, black skin, and arms connected by a webbed cloak, it looks like it's wearing wings. In the blackness of the ocean, it drifts slowly, flashing bioluminescent light as if sending signals through the abyss. And when threatened, it turns itself inside out, wrapping itself in its own cloak like a creature straight from hell. Despite its terrifying appearance, the vampire squid doesn't hunt. Instead, it survives on marine snow, the endless rain of dead matter and particles that drift from the ocean's upper layers down to the abyss. Yet when you see it floating in the dark, it's hard not to believe you are looking at a demon of the deep. Even stranger is the Barreleye fish. At first glance, it looks small and unremarkable. But then you realize its head is completely transparent. Through the glass-like dome of its skull, you can see its green tubular eyes rotating inside, staring upward through its own head as it waits for prey. When it needs to strike, those alien eyes roll forward to lock onto its target. A fish with a clear skull, glowing green eyes, and a brain visible inside its head. It feels like an experiment gone wrong, but it is a natural animal that has lived in the darkness for millions of years. And of course, no discussion of impossible sea creatures would be complete without the giant squid. For centuries, sailors whispered about the kraken, a monster so large it could pull entire ships beneath the waves. Scientists dismissed it as nothing but myth. Until proof arrived. Carcasses washed ashore. Massive tentacles tangled in fishing nets. And finally, cameras captured it alive. The giant squid exists. With eyes the size of dinner plates and tentacles stretching more than 40 feet long, it is a true leviathan of the deep. But here is the unsettling part: if the giant squid exists, how much bigger could its relatives be? Could there be even larger, undiscovered monsters still lurking in the darkness? And these are just the creatures we've found. Scientists estimate that over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. For every anglerfish, for every goblin shark, for every barreleye or giant squid, there could be dozens, even hundreds more bizarre forms of life we have not yet seen. Imagine creatures with transparent bodies, glowing with alien light. Imagine predators with teeth made of crystal or skeletons of metal-like substances. Imagine things so strange we couldn't even describe them if we found them. The truth is, the ocean is Earth's final frontier, and we know almost nothing about it. These animals should not exist by the rules we understand, and yet they do. The deep sea proves that nature is far stranger than our imagination. And if these creatures are real, then what else could be hiding out there, waiting to be discovered in the infinite darkness? Which of these nightmare beings do you think is the most terrifying? Do you believe that even stranger monsters are still out there in the abyss, far beyond the reach of our cameras and submarines? Share your theories in the comments. And if you enjoyed this dive into the impossible world of the deep ocean, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another mystery of the sea. Because the ocean has not yet revealed all of its secrets. And the scariest discovery might still be waiting.